Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 8 of season 2 of the Odd Endeavor.
Woo!
Pog. Pog. Woo!
Mr. DM, hit us up with that recap.
All right. So last session, y'all were on the Sun Highway through to the capital of the Kingdom of Barak, Turkey. Traveling through the highway, you eventually found what appeared to be a wreck of a procession of some kind, some sort of several bodies, one of them not armored, and the highway patrol essentially, highway guard. Talking to a bardic person. I believe it was a half elf. Um, After a bit of interrogation and investigation, you eventually found out that the person that had been slain was a head priest Torsten, who is a head priest in the nation of Athan, the sort of Scandinavian area of a Tyr. He's a head priest of Tyr, god of justice. He was carrying a relic to the Stigby theocracy, and eventually determined that he had been assassinated by this guard, and the relic has gone missing. The guards took the bard after a nice bit of investigation, coercion, and talking to Bayat to inform the guards themselves who detained him, and nice. um, the uh, guards had him under wraps the entire trip down to Kirky, where they escorted you there. And they took him to the barracks there, and once you guys arrived in Kirky, you eventually made your way towards a what was the name of that place? I forgot the name of the place. There was a tavern you guys went to.
The Electrum Eagle.
Thank you, Mushroom Eagle. Thank you. There it is. Found it. Okay. Sorry, I put in the wrong spot on this stupid thing. The Electrum Eagle. The bartender, it was kind of this woman who was a bit ugly, but you guys got some nice rooms. And Og and Ace went around town, saw a moving cart without any sort of means of propulsion or guidance, and this investigation found a very large kobold. And started looking around for something, but were a tad unsuccessful.
Mission failed. We'll get up next time.
Yeah. So as we enter into the game, as you both are headed back to the riverfront, not exactly successful. You do notice there's this one part where you have this sort of market area. You have to walk through Maker's Way. There's the main market is down in the bazaar area where everyone congregates, but there's going to be little side markets, side things for little local residencies because you're not going to travel all the way across the city to get your groceries and such. Makes sense. Um, did you see there is a couple of what appear to be almost acrobats traveling traveling almost like a traveling circus is set up here. It's not very big, small. You can see a couple tents. One of the tents is actually has a sign on it. Looks to be like fortune teller. See your future. Do you stop to take a look, or do you keep going?
Who's it cut to?
You and Og, as you were traveling back from Maker's Way,
Okay.
unsuccessfully on your trip.
Yeah, Ace is probably going to be distracted and be like, where the fuck is this Thieves Guild? So he's probably not going to pay much mind to it.
Okay. Does Og care?
fortune teller, you say?
Can he even read the word fortune?
That's a good question.
Good question.
Did I?
I mean, you can also already see the future.
Right. Go ahead and make me a. God, I hate this is gonna be it, but it's gonna be an investigation check.
Investigation? Alright,
That's
cool.
what it'd be. That's what it'd be.
Alright. I'm famously great at those.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yes, you recognize that this is a fortune teller. You can see there's like a little sign there, a picture, of what appears to be one of those like little globes people can read, look into the future of.
Seeing the word, Og immediately remembers way back stories within the tribe of a kobold that was able to see the future. Most famously, he foresaw that they were about to die, and then he immediately got crushed by a creature. So Og is gonna walk over. Og wants.
Very accurate fortune. So you see, AC watches Og just kind of walk over to this tent with this. It's sort of purple striped tent. It's purple and orange with this sort of seeing globe on it.
Huh. Where you going, big guy? Ace will follow him.
The tent flaps open. As you look inside, there is a table draped in a black cloth with a with a sort of a glowing orange sphere floating above it. Looks to be like one of those looking glasses sort of things. There's a lady behind on the other side. She's kind of looking through some tarot cards as she looks up at you. Enter in. She's old. She's got these large hoop earrings, a bandana cloth over her head. Her hair is gray and is actually braided back behind the like goes down to the middle of her back in a long green dress, large ruffles on the elbows. Have you come to get your fortune told?
Og immediately gets excited. Yes. Give fortune.
Welcome. Please take a seat. You might want the large bag to sit on. My name is Madame Isabel.
Hello. I'm Og.
Nice to meet you, Og. And your friend? What's his name?
Og looks over. Sits there for a second. Wait to see if Ace responds.
Well, I mean, she spoke directly to you.
Yeah, no, Og looks over, just looking at you. Just,
I'm Ace.
Welcome. Please take a seat. Now, fortunes cost 2 copper.
He's gonna put on his little coin pouch and look at it big. Og has no silver or no copper.
Well, I can give you change.
I'm gonna look at Ace confused.
I'll just take 1 silver out and just be like, plop it down. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. And she bows to you, and she goes to her side and picks up a tray that was obscured by the desk, by the table with the floating sphere. And as she pulls it up, there's a couple instruments on there. You see some bones. It looks to be with little markings on it, probably some sort of augury thing. You see 2 decks of cards. One is basic generic tarot cards that have a just sort of different symbols on them, whatever. One of them is in a black like little pouch that's buckled up and it's got a rope around it, and there's a little locking key on it. and it has very ornate decorations on it. She also has a set of dice, and she had and she pulls this out and goes, "How would you like your future to be told?" She points to the items in front of her: the bones with the markings on it, the tarot cards, or the locked up cards, or the dice.
Uh, I will point to the tarot cards, the normal tarot cards.
Okay. Okay. So she pulls them out, and she starts to shuffle. It takes her a few moments. She looks at you and goes, "You have the gift of sight, don't you?"
Og can see, yes.
No, no, no. Visions. You see the future. I can see it in you.
He's gonna bite his lip. Concentrate real hard.
You see him biting his lip so hard it almost bleeds.
Careful there, big guy. You don't want to chew your face off.
She
He says I'm gonna immediately pull out one of the things of jerky, just shove it in my mouth.
That's better.
after she's done shuffling the card, she holds the deck out for you. Take the top card. Draw your fates.
Reach out and carefully pull out the top card.
Okay. The card you see that is pulled appears to be a noble, some sort of knight. The knight is battle weary. He is exhausted. You can see that he is um, almost drained of all energy on the battlefield. The Guardian. You see your role as to protect people, don't you? You put their lives above your own. To the point, like this poor knight, you leave nothing back for yourself. This card says if you continue on this path, you will eventually fall and be left with nothing but a memory of that helped in the past. She sits there, looking at Og.
I guess he'll tilt his head just. It's gonna ponder at that because I is not sure how to take that.
She smiles. You must give something to yourself. Discover yourself, be yourself, not just a shield for others. Let's do not like that. You seem like a good soul.
Aga's going to uncharacteristically take off his little kobold helmet he has.
Okay.
I just looked at her. What if Og not know what Og wants?
Then it's up to you to decide to try things until you find something. Take time, explore your interest, discover yourself. Think not of others. What makes you smile? What do you enjoy?
Aga's going. Aga. It's definitely gonna be sitting there confused for a bit. Start rubbing his forehead with his right hand. Like, I have a lot to think about. Og's head hurts.
There. And she'll take the tarot cards back and start to shuffle them and place them back on the table in front of her. The bones to the left, the tarot cards, and the locked up cards to the right. And would you like to test your fate? Ace.
I don't know if I believe in all this fake stuff. Thinking back to what what's his name in the tower told him about fate and everything. But sure, I'll bite.
Choose your manner. She'll point to the bones, the tarot cards, and the locked up cards.
So what's the deal with the bones?
The bones are almost. You've heard of an augury? Have you heard of that before?
I don't believe I have.
It you see the bones, you roll them, you get signs from the gods.
Gods, you say? I don't
Yes.
know. Let's stick with the tarot card. I am curious. What is the deal with the locked ones? Usually, when something's locked, either something valuable or dangerous.
These are very special magical cards. They can gain you great benefit or great remorse. Kings have been made, but they've also been undone with these.
Sounds tempting, but I don't know if I like the whole risk thing. I take enough risks in my life.
That's your decision.
Let's just keep the tarot cards.
All right. She starts to shuffle them. See here. Okay. So you see what appears to be about 9 wands. This person is upside down. This card, and it seems to be standing in a field of some kind with several like long staffs. 9 of wands. It's a symbol of carelessness, taking risks too often. It's a warning to not as you say, take too many risks. It's good you're on that path already, being cautious, as this world will tempt you with something that can either be very great or very bad for you. Something that can make you a man.
Huh.
But be warned, the cost might be high for this.
I mean, I don't know. Being a man again would be nice. But being a metal construct does have its benefits.
I imagine it does.
I guess time will tell.
And it will.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, please, is there anything else that you would like? Tea?
What do you think, big guy? You want some tea?
August was just kind of nod his head. Lost in thought a little bit.
So I'll serve you some tea. And bring her back as she starts to pour it out in the cups. Your starts behind her. Eventually, she'll turn back to you with two large cups. It's very earthy, brown. There's no sugar added or anything like that. It's just warm. And she'll place one for her, one in front of Og, and to Ace. I am not sure that tea may be your flavor, unfortunately.
Yeah. It is one of the things I do miss.
And she'll converse with you for a little bit. As you talk with her, having tea with this nice elderly fortune teller, we'll go to the rest of the party at the Electrum Eagle. Ace and Og would have left at this point for a little bit ago. I'd say been gone for about 10-15 minutes. What's the rest of the party doing?
I feel like they would probably have already left for the academy.
Okay. Is anyone going to go with Bea to the academy?
I guess Heck would go with her.
Okay.
Crush would be headed to the Bard area in the academy, so
Okay.
he might walk over with them and then break off.
Okay.
Depending on location.
Okay, yeah, they're in the same area. The bar colleges are there. Okay, you guys are going to the academy. What's Alila doing?
Alita is not going to the academy. That's not that place that interests her. She's gonna try to find work while in the city.
Work in the city? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll start with the group, and we'll get back to Alila after that. Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, so Heck, Bea, Crash, you guys head towards the academy. The road leading up to the academy itself is very well maintained. There's these large, almost like square areas of trees and garden, like almost like little gardens there. A couple of fountains. It's very, very, very opulent leading up to this. It's obviously they take great pride in the academy itself. The buildings beyond the gateway to the academy, as there's two guards watching people go through, they seem of the highest quality. There's marble buildings on the other sides, high high dormitories, which probably call students, and you can see the bits of smoke of different colors from chimneys, some blue smoke, red smoke, just some different experimentations of magic in this area. To your left, as you enter in, you can hear almost this loud, sweeping score of music. Probably where the bards are. As there's revelry and laughter going on. The intensive studies probably are a bit closer. Down the street, the main causeway, the main walkway, there is a large, almost like Senate-like building that stands as the main hall, most likely, and probably you're going to find directions to the various heads of magic or the various people you would like to talk to here. So, where do you go?
It sounds like my college is up there.
Yeah, to the left as you enter in. Yeah.
I head that direction and I meet back with you at inn.
Very well.
Crash peels off to the north. Where do you, Van Heck, go?
Bear's just beelining to the main building.
Okay.
Heck is just following along with Bea.
Okay. The stairs to get up to it are fairly. I mean, there's, I would say, at least 30 stairs up to the main doorway. And as you walk through there's like a little commons area in front of it where people are practicing magical spells. You can see two, looks to be magic users, probably sorcerers, essentially having two elementals fight one another in almost some sort of mock Pokemon battle. Leading up to the main entryway, these doors, these large double doors, are open, and while it is warm here, the entire nation, unfortunately, of Barak is going to be a bit warmer based on its locale. As you enter it in, it's almost like an invisible like barrier as you walk in. Even though the doors are open, the coolness is trapped inside, and it feels refreshing, relaxing. Definitely something more for those. It's probably like, if we're going for temperature, we're going like 72 degrees inside compared to like 88 outside. So it's a nice little breath of fresh air inside. Your footsteps will echo off the marble flooring as you enter in, and there's a large curved desk in front with a one behind who is scratching some notes down, looking through some files. She appears to probably be like some sort of greeter or secretary of some kind in the foyer at this place.
So we'll approach the desk.
Okay. She'll look up. She has a slightly hooked nose, a little crooked smile. She looks up. Hello, my name is Tarane. How can I help you today?
Well, I'm passing through the area and was wondering if perhaps there were not so much enrollment options, but singular lessons available or resources for research.
There are, but you'd have to ask the professors in question if their schedule is free. You would also have to ask them for the compensation as they work their own rates for the single lessons.
Of
what
course.
sort of lesson are you looking for here? What's your area specialty?
Necromancy, personally.
Necromancy? Alright, so that would be a Mr. Wedgwood. He's the head of the necromancy department. He'd be your best option. And for you? Looks like.
Oh, I'm just following along here.
Oh, fair enough. So if you want to go to the head of necromancy, they are a bit to the back edge of this academy. They're sort of off in their own area. We separate them from the theology wing for obvious reasons. Some of them tend to be a bit upright over there, unfortunately. Um, you'll find him if you're looking for Mr. Wedgwood. He is. You look for the. How to describe this guy again? What's that? Look for the Stetson hat and the tattooed face with the brown ponytail.
Very well. Can I get that name in writing? Because I was not able to hear what it was.
Or Professor Wedgwood, depending.
All right. I think she'll also ask about general resources on divine magic.
Divine magic. We're asking for our theology department.
I suppose so, yes.
Alright, so the head of theology is Kanan Torok. They are near the entry where you came from, to the right as you enter in, across from the Bard College, across the main street.
I see. Thank you.
Head theologist, if you're curious. I said Kanan Torok, didn't I? She looks kind of confused. Like she's.
Hmm?
Alright, good. Tan vests, usually brown or white shirts, depending on the day. A little pudgy.
Thank you for your time.
You're very welcome.
She will begin to walk out.
Okay. So if you're going to the theology department over here, if you're going to the necromancy department, opposite side of the campus.
Probably theology first.
Okay. Alrighty. So heading there, you'll notice the buildings here are a bit more almost somewhat Roman in design. Large pillars, everything. There's a lot of marble in this place. A lot of invested architecture here. The there's several large statues of different deities which you don't know off the top of your head. You could do a religion check, see if you want to know what these are.
Bea does not care.
Okay, fair enough. Same with Heck, I assume.
Yep, he's just
Okay.
travel along with Bea.
Okay. So as you enter in,
Rest in
there's
peace, lore.
right. As you enter in, there's two main areas. Sorry if you hear someone whimpering in the background. Someone's outside, and he won't be quiet. do apologize.
Upper.
Dog? Hello, dog?
There is a large sort of chamber to the left hand side. There's two double doors. There's a set of double doors, and you can see that there's nothing on either side for a while. So there's a large chambers to enter in, probably some sort of lecture hall of some kind. There's a couple people in the entryway. There's some stairs leading up and down to various probably side rooms where there's classes being held. Doesn't seem to be a receptionist in this area, but you could ask around to see if you could find anyone here.
I guess I will do that while also looking for a library or any sort of just general repository of knowledge.
Make me an investigation check. Okay.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah. You're having bad rolls today, aren't you? 3c4, yeah.
Sounds like you just need Og with you at all times. For the investigation
Yeah.
checks, honestly.
Hog is king of investigation.
Detective Og is on the case.
Sure, log.
Og find library. Og find book.
Og find toilet paper. It'll take you a little while of asking around, but I mean, there is a library. It's not gonna they're not gonna tell you not where the library is unless you're just a complete asshole to them. Which I don't think Bea's gonna do that because she's somewhat polite. Library is on the first floor in the back, but they don't know where Mr. Wedgwood is right now. If you're asking around, well, not Mr. Wedgwood, where fucking hell, wrong person. Where Mr. Torok is right now.
Yeah, she's just looking for the library.
Okay, that'll work. The library, as you get into it, it takes up, I would say, a quarter of the floor of the building. It is very, very large. You have ladders going to the top of these bookshelves, and these bookshelves probably reach, I'd say, 12 feet high, filled with tomes, texts, various works. So, what are you looking for here?
Okay. Anything related to the process of attaining or losing access to divine magic?
Okay. This is gonna be another investigation check, unfortunately.
Okay, I'm great at those.
Come on, Og.
Wow.
Okay,
Well,
so
super fantastic.
ironically, most of the
I'll
text
go with the bookshelves.
most of the texts you're getting here are mostly heavy religious texts on different deities, their backstories, their how they came into power, things like that. You're not really having much success with finding what you're looking for, unfortunately.
She looks at reads through half of a book and it gets this is really boring and just stops trying.
You've basically gone through at least 20 copies of the Bible so far.
Are they all the same book?
Different versions of it. It's weird.
I mean, depending on the time of day, she would probably stay here for quite a while.
Okay. Does Heck help her out at all? Or what's Heck doing during this?
Yeah, I'd say Heck would be doing his best to assist her.
Okay, you make a roll, Heck.
Okay.
Come on,
Investigation.
Og.
Oh,
Alright, guys. I will teach you guys how to read
There you go.
when we meet up again.
very helpful.
Gosh. Heck, you're having about as much success as Bea, unfortunately.
Listen, I'm more at home in the open sea than in a library.
How about a sea of text?
But I'm just.
Okay, so you guys are gonna be there a while, unfortunately. So I'm gonna cut to Crash, but the AC repairman's here, and he had to go talk to him because AC apparently went out.
Oh,
So we'll cut to Alila.
Hello, that's me.
Hi, Alila. You get the feeling someone's missing out on a whole bunch of lore somewhere else,
Right? My lower senses are tingling.
right?
Listen, you shouldn't have dangled God stuff in front of Bea.
I didn't take it from Bea. If you asked where the religious place was, they'd be there.
It'd be really funny if like I want to look for a she said I want to look for a library. Okay, the first thing I want to look for is who the fuck were those people?
She's gone through like 4 books of Ahura Mazda, which is like king of the Barak pantheon.
It's like they're all like the same story essentially, but like flavored differently.
Yeah, right. So what is Aaliyah doing? You said she's looking for a job here, right?
Yeah. So essentially anything that she could do with her skill set. So she's probably looking for maybe a temple to work
Okay.
at for the time being, or any place that maybe they need some healing or
Okay.
services in that case, like tending to the sick or what have you.
Asking around, there is a large temple near the bazaar area. Um, Now, most of the temples around here are dedicated towards the pantheon of this nation. Unfortunately, you're not going to find much for temples here.
Okay.
It's temples, right? Yeah, temples. Yep, got it right.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. You got it right.
I remember.
You remember your own god that you said that I should worship.
Right. Give myself a pound in the back for that. If you'd like to head to the temple there, you can.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'll do that.
It'll be right about here-ish. The temple itself is made of sandstone. It looks like, um, almost like a large Parthenon type building.
Okay.
Uh, the As you kind of walk past the large columns, you can see there's several statues of different deities lining the way, left and right, with one large one in the back, sitting atop a throne.
Is this one bigger, or is this temple bigger or smaller than the one back home?
This is extremely large temple, and extremely large. The large sitting statue you'd say is probably at least 40 feet tall to fit in this thing. For the one on the throne,
Just thinks to herself, I think I've come to the right place.
you see different priests in different robes with different symbols on them, um, making their way, worshiping the different statues, and praying to them. There's altars in front of each one of them. Um, you can see that there is a one of them who appears to have several people who are either maimed or hurt worshiping to them. So,
Okay.
what are you looking for here? What sort of deity, what sort of people are you looking for here? Who you talk to on this?
Um, I mean, really, like, is there like a priest and acolyte
There's
around?
one. Yeah, there's one. This one is wearing what appears to be a robe with like literally a golden sun on the front of it.
Do I recognize the symbol?
Make me a religion check.
Come on, Og.
I like how it's called good rolls og now. Hey! This is the
That's
god
yeah. I don't
Havarkasta.
know why that was an advantage, but it's fine.
Last one, yeah. Havarkasta is the god of the full sun.
Right? So they like to praise the sun.
Yes, this what this god does at least. There's different gods for different symbols.
I gather with line 19, do I gather what they stand for?
What different gods do?
Like what this one specifically stands for? Apart from worshiping the sun?
It's really worshiping the sun and the light that pours down from it, like life essentially that comes from the sun.
Okay. Then they probably seem like amicable to for me to like inquire about perhaps restoring life or like bringing someone back to full potential.
Absolutely, yeah, they'd be good to talk to on this.
All right. So I approached the priest slash acolyte slash worshiper of the sun.
Okay. They introduce themselves as Jalal.
Uh, Pleasure to meet you, Thrall. Name's Leela. I'm fairly new in town, and I was wondering if you lot had any work for me, for or anything like that. Perhaps I could help out within the temple for a couple days. We're gonna be here for at least a while, so I'd like to help out where I could.
Well, I'd be glad to get some help. What sort of your sort of abilities? What can you do to help us? We have, if you're good at living things, we need stuff to give out to the people, to feed them. There's some less than fortunate people down in Backyard that need help. What do you do?
Um, well, I was trained mostly as a fighter, but I've done my fair share of charity work. I can said there's people that need feeding. I can help at least get the food to them.
That's good. You say you train as a fighter. Um, there is one of our other gods that might be interested of you. Velthanga.
All right. Where would that be? Sorry, it's my first time in such a big temple. I'm afraid to get lost.
That's right. It points to the statue of this armored warrior, um, standing proud and resolute. His curved blade resting on his shoulder, and a shield in front of him. All the worshippers there appear to be of a very um, military order. Verfragna is mispronounce it, it's not Verthonga, it's Verfragna. Verfragna is the warrior god of those who fight against evil and people who come back from fights who are hurt, wounded. If you want that, they'd be your best bet for that.
That seems a lot more like my cup of tea.
They
Um,
could, I could tell by the armor.
What did they say the the poor place was? The place where like no, I don't want to say the slums, but essentially that's where they are.
A backyard.
That's be this one, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Just to keep some mental note of that. It just says, "Well, thank you. I'll see what I can do to help out over there. But if I have time, I'd love to help out there as well. So,
We appreciate that, and help, we would give you some of our charitable givings to help out with that as well, to incentivize that.
certainly, yeah, I'll see what I can do to help them. I think healing the wounded is more my forte, as I've mentioned. But thank you for your time and um your information."
You're most welcome.
And she heads off towards that statue and place.
Okay. Um, the person you meet here is a proud female warrior. She has heavy plate armor with the symbol of Ragna on there. A sickle sword, um, smiting something. Um, her name is Samira.
I like that name. It's a good name.
Samira Miri.
She just has it plastered on her plate armor, just engraved.
No, she just introduced herself as that. Yeah, hello, my name is.
Just has a name tag.
Yeah.
It's like taped
Welcome to
on.
Walmart.
Can I help you
Um,
find anything?
yeah. There's an old greeter swearing at people as they enter the temple.
I went off in the wrong direction, singing Book of Mormon.
Hey. And as you introduce yourself to her, so she's herself as Samira Yari. How can I help you today?
um, I was told that y'all here had some injured.
We do. There are several who worship here and come that are injured. We do what we can to help. We've had a few wriggled limbs and such. But if you want the actual injured soldiers themselves, you have to check at the barracks district, and one of our acolytes can bring you there. You'll get to pass inside if you're there to help, but they will keep watch on you as you're not around here.
I I'd love to get escorted there. I'm fairly new from the city. Um, so that would help me also on the way. Um, Now, might I ask, was there is I don't believe that this country, at least, is in any particular war. Now I don't. I'm not the. I don't mean to like assume, but what what were they fighting? Um, this
Like they're like bandits, highwaymen, a couple of rebels here and there.
right. So nothing like nothing major, no major combat as of recently. Then
Not yet, no.
that's good. Um, but for sure, these people seem like that we're keeping the peace, so I'll be more than glad to nurse them back to health, as it were.
she'll flag down a acolyte with the name of Haydar to escort you to the barracks.
Right.
As you make your way,
Funnily enough, if these guys didn't have any work for me, that's what I was going to go next. The barracks.
there you go. Hey, look at that.
Worked out.
As you make your way through the barracks, you do see that there are these posters, recruitment posters for the army, up everywhere, and lots of these card figures of this adorning the tops of buildings of this of a human man. You see him enough. He's on some of the coins that you see here. He's probably the leader of this nation. Um,
Are they are the military posters like recruitment posters? Like Uncle Sam wants you to join the army.
kind of, yeah. They're somewhat like that. There's lots of recruitment posters around.
Gotcha.
Promising decent wages, glory, protection for the nation, that sort of thing.
I figure they're very common where I'm from too. So
Oh yeah, they're very common where you're from. That's like saying recruiting practice 101. Heck, people there are, indoctrinated, that sort of thing.
yeah. Is there like a that guy's picture is just like plastered? Is there a name that goes with it, or
You can ask.
um? Sure. Um. Instead, I'll just want to see if I can recognize this
Okay, you can do that. Make me a history check.
before I go ask. Hey, who's your leader? And what
Yeah.
what's his name?
Yeah, right.
History. History. There we go.
Name's not fully reaching you right now. You know his title's Shah. That's what they call their leaders here.
Alright,
It's of the Shah.
I just asked my escort because they're with me. So they're escorting me to the barracks, right?
Yeah, Hadar. Yeah, he's taking you to the barracks.
Oh, Hadar.
Um,
Okay, that's his name. Their name.
Hadar. He's kind of a reedy fellow. Thin. Sorry, dog in the background still whimpering.
No.
Oh, that is Shah Boran, our glorious leader.
Is that spelled Boran?
Yep.
Alright.
He came to the throne when he was only about 12 years old, and has led us ever since then.
Oh. How old is he now? Has he been on the throne a long time, or?
He's been on the throne for 48 years.
It's a long time, and it's very impressive.
He's been very good for us.
I I can tell from walking around the city.
He's very smart, but as well, don't get on his bad side. he has a lot of power. He just
I
kind of a smirk, a little smile, but you can see the smile doesn't reach his eyes.
tend to not to unless doesn't seem like a bad guy.
He's good for us. And you can tell he's looking around, but leading you still.
When he says that, does he seem genuine in what he's saying? Does he seem like, oh, this is a guy, this guy's a tourist, let me just say that everything's fine. Our great leader is just great, smiley face.
Roll investigation. Oh, not insight. Why is it investigation?
Because you're used to saying investigation.
Right?
Because you made Benny and I roll investigation like
Right.
3 times in a row, and we fucked it up every time.
Okay. What you can see in this guy, he seems a tad nervous. Like he wants to put forward the best foot forward for this guy for the Shah. Um, he legitimately thinks this guy is overall a good leader, but he's not telling you everything.
Right. As I'm sure he's not.
Right.
All right.
So he leads you to the barracks, and in front of the barracks there's several guards in this very opulent, heavy armor. The sort of armor that you don't know how they're wearing in this heat, even though you're heavily armored yourself.
Yeah. It's just
Like,
this place is a lot hotter
yeah.
than Durlin, I assume.
Oh, much so.
So
Very
yeah,
much so.
he's been very uncomfortable
Yeah.
this entire time. He hasn't said anything, but
Um, they will. The priest will actually speak to the guards in a language that you don't understand, I believe.
unless it's common or celestial, I don't understand it.
Nope, you don't know what it is. Very harsh sounding language,
It's Arabic.
though. No. I said harsh, not beautiful.
Well, I mean, I just said Arabic because this is like very Arabia like inspired
Yeah.
to me. So
Um, the guards will nod and let you both through. To the point where he'll lead you to what appears to be a sort of military hospital on the left side here, right here.
all right, it's a good thing I prepared all my healing spells today.
Okay. There'll be several injured soldiers who are either unconscious, bandaged up, and needing assistance in there, and you could probably occupy yourself for quite a long time in there. If I burn through most of all your spell slots.
Yeah, I assume they also have like healers kits and bandages. That's
Oh yeah, they
I'm
got
trained
you
in.
don't yeah you don't have to worry about that. So why don't you just go ahead and roll me a medicine check for the generic medicine checks. You're not going to need to like do healing spells on. Okay.
Yeah, trained in medicine. I am trained in medicine. I thought so. Oh, good roll.
Okay, so you're taking good care of these people. You're doing really good quality work, and you're actually teaching some of these acolytes who are training here.
How to
Some
like clean a wound and bandage it. And
yeah, some very practical stuff that you learned from Derlin from more um, um, realistic approach you've had to do.
yeah,
And real
and
speed.
I see most of these like wounds are like weapon wounds, so like slashes, bludgeoning, like broken
Yeah,
bones and stuff like that,
yeah.
like cuts, stabs. Is there like any like poison or
There,
effects of poison on some of these people?
there's a couple.
Okay,
A couple of what appear to be some scorpion stings.
okay. Nothing on like the blades or anything, right?
No, nothing like that.
Okay,
You don't see
nothing
anything.
major.
Yeah,
Okay. I also took protection from poison today, just in case.
yeah, yeah.
So I helped that.
You will overhear some of the acolytes talking about taking this back to the academy. Some of this information, and you notice a couple of the superiors are actually wandering over to you. People kind of overseeing this whole thing and taking notes.
Alright, so she spends the entire rest of the day there until night,
Okay.
and then she goes back.
Okay. Okay. So you're doing that. Um, Heck and Bea are still having difficulties finding the right book. Go ahead and make me another investigation check, you two. See if about halfway through your day if you can get any better luck. Okay. Hey!
Hey, finally rolled above a 7.
Nice. So you do find a book that's an introduction to divine magics. Introduction to divine magics. The book, as you kind of perusing through it, reading through it, most of the divine magics come from an outside power source, something that gives the user of the magic, the channeler of it, the actual ability to do something. Okay. The power itself. There's sort of a tool for using the power. Certain of this divine magic actually gain the power innately through themselves, through their own belief. Those are very, very rare, but it can be done. Most of the divine magics you're finding are, again, given by something else, a higher being.
All right. Is there any information on like criteria in which someone would lose access to that magic?
There is. As you kind of peruse through this further, two ways they can lose this magic is one, if they gain the power from another being, another deity, like a deity of some kind, they can lose that power by going against the oath they swore to the deity to gain the power, basically breaking their promise with the deity itself. For those few that have gained power inertly through belief in themselves, losing self-confidence can do that, and belief in oneself, or the belief in the ideal.
And is this just like a general overview of it, or is this like accounts of happening?
There's a couple of written accounts of that happening, like examples, but not an abundance of them.
Okay.
There was one that was actually a paladin of Tempest who actually became a pacifist, and Tempest didn't like that, so lost their powers.
Okay. Yeah. Bea's basically going to go through any examples she can find and very much cherry pick the ones she wants and take note of them.
Heck, you see, Bad appears to have finally gotten what they wanted from this trip. Is there anything you want to look for here while in the library?
Perhaps a nice recipe book.
Maybe look for something on Quarry.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Okay.
Okay. So there isn't too much on them here, because this is more of a theology department.
Yeah, wouldn't expect there to be.
There's a couple of mentions of them here. here and there in some texts, but you're probably gonna have to go somewhere else. Maybe the main department where warlocks reside, or sorcerers, something like that. You know,
Mhm. Fair enough.
or the general arcane library. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So,
Once,
okay.
sorry, go ahead.
No, you had okay, go.
I was just gonna say, once she's satisfied with the number of examples she has of basically gods rescinding their power, offering to clerics or paladins, she would probably head off to the necromancy area.
Okay. While you do that, I'm gonna check in with Og and Ace. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Og and Ace, you guys just had a nice cup of tea, nice conversation with this fortune teller. What's her name? Goddamn. Madame Isabel. She will thank you for your time. Is there anything else you should do while talking to her, ask her about, or are you heading back to your own searches?
August satisfied with visit and talk with her, so he's ready to head out.
Yeah. Tastes good too.
Okay. Were you guys are you returning back to the inn, or are you just searching through the city a bit more?
But I'm gonna go with taking one more passing look on our way back. Before I do the to do my real search at night. And just fucking just turn this entire city upside down until I find.
Right. Go ahead. Make me an investigation check.
Want a spin-off series where it's just
Yeah.
Ace and Og
Mhm.
opening up an investigation service,
Right.
All right.
and
Well,
Og deals. Og is the people person. So he's the one that deals with the customer. So what you want?
better.
Okay. So looking around, you're going to hear that more of the shady area in town is going to be either Destitute Row or Bakya, where there's going to be a bit more underhanded stuff for the slummy areas, unfortunately.
Mhm.
So you probably should focus your investigation there rather than Maker's Way, the Bazaar, Riverfront.
I know where I'm going at night.
Um, so I can't believe I got this twice on my chart.
Mm-hmm.
Og,
Yeah.
you hear swearing in Draconic from a small store along Maker's Way. And you look, and there's a symbol on the door,
Uh-huh.
like a sign overhanging the door,
Uh-huh.
of a kobold with a large bag.
I was gonna walk into the immediately walk in.
You found another kobold shop.
Dude, the kobolds are everywhere.
How the fuck did I get this twice?
Wait until he finds out I rigged the chart.
I put it as
Kobolds
number.
are more ingrained in this world than we thought.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, kobolds are actually like the most populous race in this world.
Yeah. Ace, you see a shop with a kobold sign on it. Og just runs right towards it.
Hold up, think I. Ace runs and follows him.
Fucking hell. Why? I'm gonna cross
Wait.
off the number.
This is destiny. It was going to happen.
Every
This
town
is-
must
Well-
have a cobalt shop now.
No, this is D&D. It's not Destiny.
Wait, is this just gonna be the same shopkeeper? Is this gonna be the cabbages guy all over again?
No.
Okay.
You see a kobold on a stool behind a counter looking at you. He has large glasses. You recognize him. His name is Arku. Or their name is Arku.
Moment I see them, I'll just start waving. Hello.
Ah,
Yee.
how you get to Kirky?
I'll walk.
That makes sense. How far you walk?
Mhm. I can still carry that like box of raw materials, the shield and the press plate. Just gonna put him down and just start holding up his hands and start counting with each of his fingers. When we get to like my fourth finger, just, long way.
Oh. He looks over at Ace. I run shop. You bring walking armor suit for trade?
Excuse me?
Ah, it speaks!
I'm not a walking suit of armor, thank you. I am much more than that.
He actually kind of runs around the corner and looks at you, the counter, and starts looking at you like just the most fascinated with these large glasses, actually making his eyes look slightly bigger, almost like a binocular effect. You are shiny.
Thanks.
I have shinies. He kind of points to these tables that are set out with different items, um, all strewn throughout the store. Um, and he kind of looks at you. Would you like to buy Chinese?
Depends on what kind of shinies you have there.
Take a look. And I'd like you both to make me
Uh-huh.
investigation check.
Starting to sense a trend at this campaign. Told you it was gonna be a mystery campaign.
All right. Okay. Og.
Yeah.
The only thing that kind of catches your eye, I mean, there's some weapons here and there. There's
Mm-hmm.
nothing spectacular. The one thing that catches your eye is this sort of bone necklace.
Mm.
It has a silver medallion on the front of it
Mm-hmm.
with these two almost like these like this sort of demonic figure with these glowing like eyes with um, tiny tiny rubies for the eyes.
I guess carefully pick it up. Hold it in front of him. Just, hello. Speaking to the object.
You hear no voice.
Hmm. Well, it does not speak. So the leader won't get mad.
You do hear this, Ace. You were not there before.
Why would you get mad at something that talks?
Og looks over at Ace. Og found great weapon, but it spoke.
Huh.
What
What did it say?
Dangerous. So I put it down. And then the great sword called me a coward. So I drew on it.
Ah, serves him right.
Right. No one calls Og coward. Og not coward. Og kobold. Og kobold never coward.
Right.
Internal chuckling.
That cost you 15 gold.
I'll buy it.
Okay.
Can't wait for this. I can't wait for Leah to yell at me later.
Do you put it on?
Yeah. Fuck it. This is gonna go so bad. I will put it on.
Okay. So you put it on.
Okay.
Ace.
Mhm.
Roll me a D100.
Alright. Second. Boop. Boop.
Okay. 1 second,
And
please.
only 8 off.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty. So,
Is.
you find what appears to be a scimitar. As you hold the scimitar, it feels very light and unnaturally warm to you.
Odd that I can feel warmth with
It
my
is.
metal hand.
Yeah, you can still feel it though. That's
Huh.
the weird thing about this blade.
That is super interesting. I'll say to the kobold. What do you know of this thing?
I tried using. It lit on fire.
Oh. So it's just a really fancy candle.
Flaming candle you can hit things with.
Hmm. Now, Mr. DM, I forget what's scimitars dex or strength based. I forget which one.
They're finesse.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah, I rolled to see what kind of the particular item you got. It's a type of sword, and I had to roll for what sword it was. You were close to being a freaking longsword, by the way, which would have been bad for you.
Great for Og.
Another weapon I can just give to Hawk then.
Right.
Just
Ace-
take
at
all
this
my
point, Ace is
strength
just a-
shit. I don't need it.
It's just a weapon dispenser at this point.
Right. He doesn't dispense in drugs. He dispenses in weapons.
Alright. How much for long flaming candle?
It's fire. So 300 gold.
Up. Hold on. Where did there's like character sheet.
Okay, kobolds are not the best negotiators. At all.
I think called 15 gold, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It shouldn't have, but it did.
Doesn't matter. I forgot to mark it down. I was like, wait, gotta make sure I put that.
How about a trade? I have some shiny stuff. Oh, damn it! I didn't do the thing. All right, rewinding that. How about a trade?
Huh?
I've got some fancy shiny things.
What do you have?
I take off the actually, what do I have is the question. That would be shiny. For
Gold, everything's
kobold.
shiny.
Do I remember how much that person said the regular fancy ring was worth from that jewel
Regular
crafter?
fancy ring.
The two rings, one was a swimming ring and one was just a regular ring.
I think I wrote that down somewhere. I think it was like 150 or something like that. Yeah, it was 150.
Alright. I will take the fancy ring, the non-magic one, off my finger. This is pretty shiny. Nice ring.
Kind of looks at it, peering, eyes blinking beneath the large spectacle glasses. You see
Figure
his
this nice ring for
tongue.
the candle.
Make a persuasion check.
Alright.
Are you trying to take the kobold's candle?
I might be trying to take the kobold's candle.
Wait, don't you have a flaming axe?
That's perception. I don't want to click that. Persuasion.
No, I think it's actually just straight up, just +1.
It's a
Oh, is
plus
it just
one.
okay.
Yeah. Look. Deal. It'll take the ring.
Alright, I will have the ring.
Okay. I'll let you know what you actually have. Okay.
Mhm.
That's what you actually have.
Neat.
It's actually a decent sword too. That's the only part.
Starting to hate these
So if I-
cobalt shops. I never come
I
out with
wonder,
anything good. And everyone
If
else
I
does.
use that and use green flame blade with it, is it just extra fire on
It is,
top
oh,
of fire?
yes.
That's why I was thinking.
Yo,
you're
dog, I
actually
heard you
higher
like
using
fire, so I
sword.
put fire
Good
on your
stuff.
fire, so you can burn while you burn.
Yeah.
Burning holy fire.
There you go. That's what you got.
Time to find another fire elemental.
It's an actual magic item, so you can actually search that up and just
Mhm.
do the damage to be that.
Is it,
Okay.
is it a flame tongue?
It is a flame tongue.
Nice.
Dude, if I had smite to it too.
No, I'm starting to hate these cobalt shops though.
Oh, you just wait an hour. Okay.
Yeah. Oh God, wait. That did it really get really bad. We're gonna wait an hour, and then within an hour, Aga's gonna no longer be an ogre. He's gonna be like 10 kobolds just standing on top of each other. It's like great.
Okay. So, he'll take that and
Thank you for shopping. We're closing soon.
Thank you. And Ace will turn around and head out.
Aga will flow. Bye.
Bye.
marking off that number on the roll chart.
All right. In my head, he closes the shop anytime he makes a sale.
He does actually.
Okay.
Okay. Jab, I'm gonna tell you what you got. Okay.
find out how mad Alila's gonna be mad at me later. God. Oh no.
I'm so happy you got this.
Oh
I'm
no.
so happy. So go ahead and put that in. Okay.
Oh boy.
It's way better than I turned it into 9 kobolds or 10 kobolds. Never mind, I take back everything I said about hating these kobold shops. They're great.
I had to find the least useful thing to a barbarian.
Is
All
it
right.
a ring of brain beginning?
Okay. So, you guys have been walking past the store for a little bit, looking through town. Do you guys just go back to the inn?
Yeah, because Og wants to. I'll get done traveling. Okay, can my character sheet load properly, please?
Right.
Just went blank. Fucking roll 20 back.
Oh, I just realized I have the oil flasks too
Mm,
with this sword. Ah, the possibilities.
there you go. It's fucking kobold shops, man.
Not canon that every city has a kobold shop.
By the way, if you had rolled a 1 through 5, I was not going to give you anything, Og. Nothing at all.
Uh-huh.
And the fact you rolled negative, I wanted to give you something that would be the opposite of what your class would be.
Yeah.
And I kind of debated putting the sword in this shop too. That
Yeah,
would
every kobold shop has a different fucking talking sword, but oh Jesus.
All right. So, Leela's still doing the helping cleric stuff over the barracks, right?
Yep.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to do there?
Uh, not really. Uh, no, she's here to work. Um, actually, I will. 'Cause I got there like probably in the morning. I don't know how often um Havar goes or they send people out to um I can't pronounce that. Baklak?
Bakir.
Sure, yeah, that sounds good. To help out with uh the hungry there, but
They should do like an hour or so before meal times.
okay. Uh yeah, I guess like around like before the dinner. Um
Okay.
she heads back to the temple like an hour like a couple hours before dinner.
Okay.
So I don't know when that is, but because she got to the barracks probably like sometime in the morning, I was assume, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, this probably works through the afternoon and before evening, she heads back to the temple and then tries to find Havar and asks them to she could like help out with their things too.
Yeah. They'd love to have you help. In fact, for actually helping them at the barracks there and teaching some of them some stuff, um, you were actually going to be given as a sort of a thank you 25 gold.
Sweet, it's 25 more gold than I had.
I mean, normally they wouldn't pay that much for the healing and stuff like that, but the fact you taught them some stuff, you rolled pretty well in that. They reward you. Okay, so you'll be helping load these large carts that'll take to backyard. They're these rather sturdy horses. They have laps up in front of them to pull them along across the bridge. Loading takes a little while, but they've gotten most of the loading done already. But they're gonna help you with. They're gonna have you there to help these distribute the food. Most of it are just like oats for oatmeals, breads, nothing too fancy, to be honest.
Yeah.
Large vats of stews that they've had pre-cooked, and they have there's some bowls to hand out. It's you're it's not anything super appetizing to most people, but it's food and it can be used for people. As you make your way across the bridge and take a right towards Byakyar, instantly crossing the gates, which the gates are heavily monitored here, more than most areas of the city you've seen so far. And they guards here have seemed a bit more suspicious of everyone. They do nod to you as you pass, though. Um, they will eventually lead you to a large. And as you go through the houses here are made of woods, easily flammable. There's boarded up windows. There's a couple of them that are made of like mismatched stones that they just kind of cobbled together. The streets themselves smell of piss and dogs. Not the most pleasant place. So people begging for coins on the side of the road. And eventually, you'll make your way towards a open area in the middle of the street that have some guards waiting for you there. There's a line about 3 blocks long with people waiting with they have their own bowls, kind of waiting. They all look very thin, um, gaunt, and just gone, almost devoid of hope as you see them.
Okay. Um, the gates around this place. I assume they're meant to keep the people in.
It's possible.
Okay. Uh, is there like a plaza that we go to like distribute food or just like
It's like a plaza area. It's like an open. It's not plaza's too nice a word for it.
so like an opening
It's just
in
an
the
open
between
area.
the shacks?
Yep, pretty much.
Okay.
There's a well there. That's nice. The water comes up from the well looks murky and brown.
Did I take that spell today? Uh, nope, did not. I did not take purified food and water.
What is your passive perception, by the way?
High, 17.
Okay. Um, so you will see off to the side, watching these people, the poor destitutes get food. There's a couple people who are in cloaked up garments, watching from a nearby alley, just kind of eyeing you, eyeing the guards, eyeing the soldier, kind of shifty, quick gazes, almost like they're sizing you guys up, possibly for a mark.
Um, I just casually ask the people I'm with. I don't know if what's his name is here. Havar is here. I don't know if he comes along or just he just
He
like
would.
helps.
He would.
Um, no, I can't help but notice the high amount of guards around this area of the city. Are there
Yes. Go ahead.
problematic individuals here?
Yes, it's a area where if you are the of a if you are above a third floor house type class, you may find yourself losing some valuables that you enter here, or even held for ransom for money. There are very desperate people here, unfortunately. Most people
Okay.
are good, as you can see the line here. They just need help. But there are people who are needing anything they can get.
And the Shah doesn't seem to help them at all.
Well, this is what the Shah does to help. Actually, he helps with. He has the temples give food, and he's encouraged this as well uh, to the best of his abilities. But unfortunately, he can't take care of everyone. Unfortunately, he does his best.
Right,
So,
right.
sort of a wry smile.
Well, we got hungry people to feed. Let's get working.
One of the hungry people, this is a little boy, maybe about 10 years old, blonde hair, blue eyes, striking resemblance to someone you know. Very smudged face. He has a nose that's probably been broken once or twice in his life. Already 10 years old. Guy gives you a little smile as you feed him.
It's very pensive and quiet. Um, she looks over at the place where she saw those like hooded shifty people. Are they still there, or have they moved?
They're still watching. They haven't made any moves, but they're watching.
Okay. I assume we were like out in the open, so
Yeah, you are.
okay. Um, so if nothing happens while we finish dishing out the food, there's something I'd like to do after.
Okay. Yeah, they're not gonna make those people aren't gonna make a move. There's guards there. They're just watching, just in case there's a straggler.
Okay.
But the people will get food. Um,
Does
you notice there's one or two faces. They do glance towards your coin purse. Blah. Wow, how did I say that wrong? Coin purse. Blah. Um, but they don't make a move. They just have like that thought that enters their head, like, and then they just shake their head out of it. You know what I mean?
yeah. Does the little boy seem to have like family or parents?
Not as you saw.
Okay. All right, then if I can still see them, those couple people,
Mhm.
after we're done, and we're like they're like kind of starting to pack up and leaving, I will like to go straight towards them.
Okay. Um, do you do that just brazenly, openly? Because if you
Yeah.
start walking towards them, a couple of the guards will walk with you.
I uh just tell them like to talk to someone, like to be alone. I can handle myself.
Are you sure?
I'll yell if I need you.
They nod, and they'll stand there but watch you from a distance, ready just in case. The figures just kind of stand there. They're all human, smudged, dirty, torn cloaks, some old leather armor underneath their cloak. You can see there. And they look at you. Look at you. What?
I can't help but notice that you've been eyeing, well, everyone. Um, what if I ask why? I know, I have a feeling I know why, but I'd like to hear from you.
They look at each other. Strangers coming in with good equipment, probably some money. Be from around here. You take notice of that.
Right. Um, so what's your position here, I guess? What's your...
I'm an average man trying to get by. Do jobs here and there. Everyday man. Need me to watch a dock, I'll watch a dock. Need me to type a ship, I will type a ship. Need me to deliver something, I'll do that. Whatever I can to get coin for food in my belly.
Does he seem honest?
Make an insight check.
And how many people are here? Just like
Uh,
Ali, I assume.
2 other with him.
Okay, that's 3 of them. Insight.
I mean, he does do that on occasion, but there's certainly more to what he does he's not saying. He's definitely leaving some shit out, but he does do that sometimes.
Right. So are we out of earshot from the other guards?
Yeah, you'd be out of your shot. Unless you yelled.
I understand. Yeah, the situation here isn't the greatest. Um, but there are other ways of making a living.
Kind of scoffed. Such as?
Well, I'm sure that's not all you do,
Gives a
but
non-committal shrug.
uh, I've been where you've been, believe it or not, and in desperate times, people can be the worst, but they can also help each other. I want you to, while you can help yourself first, that's fine. I want y'all to try and help here as well. Um, I know what y'all do. I have a feeling anyway. But if there is anything good left in your hearts, I believe you can do the right thing.
Make a persuasion check.
Come on, baby.
They kind of look at each other.
And I say, it ain't much, but that's what I made today. I want you all to get some new clothes, perhaps get washed up, and maybe try and find an actual real job outside of here.
They look at the coins. They look
And
at
I
you.
give them 5 gold each.
They look at the coins. They look at you, kind of shocked, because that's a lot of money for these type of people. A lot of money.
That's a lot of money, yeah.
Look at each other. We will do our best. Thank you very much.
And don't be screwing anyone over that is less fortunate than you are.
They're not the max usually. Well, especially not any. We'll try not anymore. We don't. We're not gonna run from the poor for ourselves. We can help it.
Good. Then I wish you luck on your future.
Thank you.
Remember to pay it forward. And he turns around, back to the guards, and starts helping clean up and packing things up. That's all he does.
Okay. So,
Immediately loses 15 of the 25 gold she's made.
hey, but you got points in hero instead of renegade.
Yeah. Uh,
Heck and Bea. It's about supper time now.
Oh,
Traveling across the Rexman's Academy towards the Necromancer School. Along the way, Heck, make me a perception check. Oh wait, Benny's probably still gone, isn't he?
oh,
Oops. Okay, we'll do that for Benny things. We'll do that for Heck later on the way out. We'll say he could possibly see him on the way back afterwards. Okay. But you arrive at this area in the top right. There's a bunch of lit, like, braziers and flames surrounding this area, and you can actually see this. Oh, perfect timing. Welcome back, Benny.
Hey.
I was gonna say, heck, roll me perception check on the way there.
Okay.
We'll do that first.
On the way where?
The Necromancer area. And
Okay. Perception.
Yes.
Bam.
You don't see shit. Okay, never mind. So that was
Excellent.
a waste of time. Sorry, Benny.
That's fine.
I'm glad you guys aren't rolling like this during a fight.
Oh, you just wait.
But that's only
we will.
Thoth's job to roll like that during a fight, huh?
yeah. I've been rolling pretty well today.
Thought doesn't get to roll in fights. He's not there.
It doesn't matter how I roll during a fight as long as I get the killing blow.
Of course, right?
Yep.
Kill
Steal the
stealer.
kill.
hmm That's just how Heck rolls.
Pun intended. Did you just make a pun?
Did I?
How he rolls? You did.
Yeah. What? Huh?
You made a pun. I'm so
Oh.
proud of you.
Oh.
I'm so
I get it.
proud.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Benny's disappointed in himself.
I did.
You made a
Didn't even-
pun.
I didn't even mean to.
You made a pun.
Didn't even mean to.
I feel like a proud parent.
It was completely by accident.
No, it wasn't. It was in your heart, and you
It
knew
was
it.
completely unintentional.
You joined the dark side.
Oh
Benny, I
god.
can't believe you betrayed me.
One of us. One of us.
Ugh,
One of
I must
us.
have done it subconsciously.
One of us.
Anyway, so you reach this area. This open area has like these lit braziers, flame. It's kind of darkening, and you can actually see there's this guy in front of this large building.
Whoa, a
He has,
guy.
yeah, I'll describe him. Okay, don't make me disappoint after you made me so proud. Man, heck, you see this guy. He is about 6'3", kind of muscular. These sleeveless shirts and a large, almost cowboy style hats, known as a Stetson hat. He has a tattooed face, which you can see here in the candle lights, and a brown ponytail. And he's actually kind of snapping to a beat as there's a bard nearby playing this sort of hokey music where 4 skeletons in front of him are dancing to, and people are watching.
Is he like apart from the crowd, or is he just
He's
amongst
performing. He's making skeletons perform for the crowd.
Okay. Uh, Spell will just try to sort of kind of blend in with the crowd, but also not blend in so much that she can't be seen.
Okay.
Like standing at the front of the crowd, basically.
Okay.
But still in it.
These five skeletons are making this sort of like line dance thing to it. They all have like this like wide brim cap matching what he has, and like do this little tip, and they do sort of backward line dance with each other. What's Bard's playing on the guitar?
Is the bar alive?
Is the Bard alive?
Yes.
Yeah, the Bard is alive. Bard is a human male,
Okay.
dark skin, black goatee, um, wearing a set of leather armor on him. Probably literally just nabbed from the Bard's college to perform music for this, which he's willing to do because he's a Bard. He's putting on a show. Um, after the finale of this dance, which is actually a pretty good dance, and the music's pretty good too, the Bard sets off fireworks, and the crowd starts applauding.
Yeah, has Percival clap?
And the guy with the wide brimmed cowboy hat, the Stetson hat, will kind of smile at the crowd and say, "Like I always say, knock 'em dead." And there's a few groans from the crowd, and some like forced laughter, like the awkward laughter, like when your boss makes a joke. Well, thank y'all for coming, and hey, stay around if you want to learn something. Uh, we get a bad rep over here, but we're actually some pretty good people. So y'all take care. Kind of gives a little tip of the cap and starts walking back towards the building while his skeletons are kind of waving at people.
I assume people just kind of disperse at that point.
They start to disperse, yeah, chatting amongst one another. You hear the name Wedgwood mentioned a few times.
Fuck it, it's just going straight to the building he went into.
Okay. Watch Bad kind of power walk, I assume, after him.
Yeah, sure.
Do you follow Heck?
Yeah.
Okay. Walking past the now non-dancing skeletons. As you enter into this area, there's lots of taxidermied animals and various mythical beasts on the walls here. And you can see the guy you were watching set make these skeletons perform this. He's drinking it's probably a beer, chatting with some lady by a desk. Looks to be flirting with her.
So it's like a reception area,
He has like a reception area in front.
sort of.
Go ahead, please.
I guess Baya's just gonna go stand awkwardly near the reception desk and wait to be noticed.
Okay. You're talking. He makes a few off-color jokes here and there, a flirtatious smile as he's talking to this receptionist, and he kind of glances in your direction, nods at you while talking, keeps talking back to her, and sees you're still standing there. Are you looking at him while he's talking?
Yeah.
Okay, and and that's when can I help you?
Yes. I'm passing through the air and was wondering if it's not so much enrollment as singular lessons in necromancy, or perhaps access to research resources.
Well, singular lessons. Uh, well, I'm actually the head of this necromancy academy. My lessons ain't exactly the cheapest in the world. But first off, before I even know that you're uh, able to be used for a lesson or even have a lesson, I would need you to see that you have some sort of aptitude for the art. What's your what's your niche? I'm assuming necromancy because you came here. Is that right?
Yes. Well, I dabble in reanimation, but my primary focus is soul manipulation.
Oh, okay. Pretty advanced. A little smile. Um, what's your name?
Yeah,
Corey Wedgwood. Pleased to meet you. He holds out his hand. You said your last name? I think it kind of cut out for me.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
I did.
I think I heard the Avarns.
I'm
One of our other
sorry. I'm just,
elite. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was debating whether to have Percival shake his hand. I think Bear will just do like the fancy, not really handshake, but like palm down
He'll
handshake kind of thing.
he'll
I don't
bend
know how
down
to
and give
describe it.
he'll bend down and give a light kiss on the knuckles, like manners thing. He'll smile on his face. Dustina told me about the Avarn family. Oh,
Did
got
she?
some. Yeah, she knows about you. Told me all about the free cities. You got some graft there, or had some graft, at least last I heard. Sorry about everything.
What happens happens.
That's true. Can't do much more than what you can do. Well, he pulls out something out of his little satchel on his side, rummages through it, and he pulls out this little rod with a almost like a glass um, cylindrical area in the middle that's see-through. Now, what I want you to do for me is hold on to either end with your hand and channel your magic, channel your ability, channel your intellect, your thought, manipulate, control. I need to see what level you're at right now, how up to speed you are in magic before I can even look to see what you can do.
I will do whatever you just said.
What I need you to do is make me generic intelligence check. Okay, it's your casting modifier check.
Wow. Yeah, welcome to my rolls.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So, you watch this with disappointment as you kind of focus on this. You're not used to much, it's a practical application on this, like this sort of usage. And you have your undead out with you, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, he looks doesn't seem to be lighting up at all. No reaction. I know you have the ability to do something at least. These undead are yours, right?
Yes, that is correct.
All right. Okay. I think you're thinking too much. All right. You're focusing on the item. You need to just let it be. What sort of feeling do you get when you use your powers? When you use your spells? Is it euphoria? Is it determination? What do you feel when you use it?
I can't say I've ever given much thought to that, but I suppose determination.
Determination. All right.
Accurate.
All right. Focus on that. Focus on that determination and resoluteness. Try again. All right.
Ready for another one?
Hope not. It kind of goes up
My
a little
fucking
bit.
god.
It starts to go up a little bit, but it kind of fades out quick. Okay. Well, that's a bit of a shame, to be honest. All right, I can help you out a little bit, but
Is there perhaps a more practical way I could show you?
what you have in mind? We got some corpses in
Suppose a
the.
demonstration.
We got some corpses. You know how to do that?
Corpses would do.
All right, we got corpses. Don't tell the theology people; they get all finicky about that.
Do.
Yeah, uptight bunch, aren't they?
Very much so.
All we're doing is giving them another life. Why do they get all so upset? Very rotten, I say.
Exactly.
He kind of starts muttering to himself. He walks along. He kind of expecting you to follow him.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, by the way, what's your name? He looks to Heck.
Oh, I'm Heck.
Corey Wedgwood, pleased to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
You're not wrong. Most people say I'm going to Heck for everything I'm doing here.
Right.
Yeah, kind of elbows Hack and quietly tells him to at least chuckle.
Heck kind of wait. Do I understand the subtleness in
Make an
that?
insight check.
All right, I'm fantastic at these. Perfect.
You have no idea why she just elbowed you, but she looks a little cross at you.
Huh.
He's a socially awkward type, ain't he?
I'd say that's a little bit of an understatement.
Hmm.
No offense.
None taken.
Be confident in yourself, boy. You got this. He's walking towards these stairs lead down to the basement area. He leads you to a set of double doors, which actually are covered in runes. You can make an Arcana check to see if you can determine what the runes are on here, if you'd like. Okay.
Yeah, I'll roll the scene.
Okay, so from what you can see here, there's runes to preserve the bodies in here. Bea, your DC is a little bit low because you use necromancy spells more. You both know what the ability is, almost like a refrigeration unit. But Bea, you know these runes have a permanent casting of gentle repose on this room. So anything in here just prevents from being decayed and protects the things. So you won't be able to raise the dead in here. You'll have to bring it outside, but at least it's a fresh body. However long it lasts.
I will have Versatile wait outside.
Okay. Probably a smart idea. So going inside, he kind of waves his hand to a bunch of tables with their bodies on all the tables. Take your pick.
Uh,
Most of the bodies are of less affluent people, unfortunately. Probably people come from the slums who may have passed through violent means or without family. But they take what they get. You have the distinct feeling that Alita would not approve of this place at all.
yeah, probably not. Um, I'll just pick one at random.
Okay.
As
The
long
one
as
you
it's
find,
not like
slightly thinner than average, 25-year-old man, black hair, um, has a kind of scruffy beard growing. All right, sounds good. Here, help me on to this one onto a stretcher here so we can get out of this room, so you can just demonstrate. All right.
okay, that's not my strong suit. Do I have to make a check to move
No,
it,
I'm
or
not going to get a check for that.
that just happened? Okay, thank
Yeah.
God.
It's a little heavy as you're holding it, but he seems to be carrying most of the weight. He's stronger than he looks, which is he's like 6'3" and pretty muscled from what you saw. Help you carry it to a small chamber to the right hand side. There's no runes on this one, and he places it on a flat open table like a medical table. Says, "All right, show me what you got."
Okay, guess we'll bring out our components and just start casting Animate Dead.
So you watch as starts to do the same thing you've seen before. Heck, pulls out, gets a drop of blood, a piece of flesh, a pinch of bone dust, and starts to raise the body. It takes about a minute to do. It's a zombie, I assume.
Yeah.
And the body just looks up and starts to stand up to Bear's will. All right, you got some ability. Okay. So, as suppress, I could teach you something. I could give you hints on something and give you a scroll on your way, depending on how long you want to work at this. If you want the full knowledge of this spell, you're gonna be here for about a week learning a couple lessons. But if you want you want something that's just I can give you the basic tips on to help you along your way, and you can learn on your own. I can do that too.
I think that would be it. As far
What'd
as
you
I'm
say?
aware, we're only spending a few days here.
All right. So let me see here. He's gonna teach you a homebrew spell. Okay.
Alright.
Let me see here. I want you to roll me a 1d4, please. Okay. 2. All right. So it'll be a second level spell. Okay. So he'll take you to a room and he'll say this will cost you. Did I tell you how much it's going to cost you, gold wise, by any chance yet? I can't remember. Sorry. We're running around.
You did.
Okay. So this will cost you about 100 gold. Because I like your promise, and you seem like a pretty cool kid.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have 100 gold on you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so he's going to teach you a spell called Breath of Death. I'll give you a scroll for this, okay?
That sounds fun.
I'm going to send you the link to the actual thing on here, okay? So you can start entering in.
Right.
It'll take some time to learn. But he'll give you good tips along the way. Sound good?
Yeah.
So you can add that to your spell book when you're ready. And he looks at you, Heck. And what about you? Do you learn like this? Is this your forte? Is this something you are just here for friends?
Oh, I'm just sticking with my friend.
That's fair enough. He's kind of looking through his scrolls and he hands one to Bea. So after I've taught you what you're going to learn, this is what you're going to need to study, write down, copy into your book, just to keep it on. It's a nice one that keeps you around longer. All right. Useful in a fight. I've had to use it a few times myself.
That is an area I've struggled in.
Well, there you go. This will work perfectly for you. And he'll walk you through for about an hour before eventually saying, "All right, I gotta get out of here soon. I can't just stay on you, unfortunately, for the day. I got some other lessons I gotta teach. So it's nice meeting you, Bea, Miss Avar. Nice meeting you, Mr. Heck. And y'all have a good day."
And you as well.
Gets a tip of the cap, and he'll walk you out. Okay.
Does he ask for the zombie back?
What? He
Does
doesn't
he
have,
ask for the zombie back?
as far as he's concerned,
Or do
sure.
I get to keep it?
You get to keep the zombie. You don't care.
Nice.
You have a free zombie. And by the way, yes, when he uses his spells, he casts with finger guns as a cowboy.
Of course.
Nice.
I like him. He's one of my PC characters I don't get to play. It's all pun on Red Dead Redemption Deadeye.
I'm both disappointed in you and enjoy it.
Right? I will make an entire character arc about a pun. Ask At.
Is true. He has.
So, is there anything else you wish to do?
Probably just go back to the inn, but try to strike up a conversation with Heck along the way.
Okay.
Have you given any more thought to my offer?
Uh, which offer was that again?
Well, I can attempt to extricate this spirit from whatever link it has with your soul. Certainly not immediately, but can begin working towards it.
Think maybe if I were to understand it better, I might be more comfortable with that,
Would be the first step.
right?
That is the first step, of course.
Well, if you think it would help me, then I guess I'm willing to try.
Excellent.
All right, so you're headed back to the inn after that, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Most people are headed back to the inn. I know we're close to quitting time, but we haven't got anything with Crash yet because some stuff that's going around here. So it's okay if I flip with him real fast to do something before we end the stream. You guys are back at the end.
Go for it.
Okay. Crash.
Yes.
You've been as you got into this academy area, you headed left to the Bard College. Most of these there's different colleges here. You can see different like buildings, like almost like fraternity houses. There's one where people are actually fencing in front of each other. One where there's people sort of observing secret whispers. One people telling stories and just rally proclaiming events that have happened and singing songs about one another. Various groups of people. But there is one central building that houses them. It's almost built like the Sydney Opera House.
Like what?
The Sydney Opera House.
Okay. So I want to head towards what would be the College of Lore.
Okay. The College of Lore appears to be a rather large, um, I'd say about 3 stories tall, square building.
Probably one of the older ones.
It's probably the other ones, yes.
Okay. And I would recognize it by the symbols on the outside, correct?
Yeah, you recognize it. Yep. And the rather studious people in front, talking stories of things that have happened, events, telling tales to one another.
Okay. Um, I'll walk up and patiently wait for a conversation to die down.
Okay. So you walk up to two of the bards talking. Uh, one appears to be a human, female, blonde hair, tied back, piercing green eyes, talking with a halfling, actually, with a lute that looks a little too big for him, but he hasn't exactly got the money to get a new one, unfortunately, for his size. Um,
Can I help you?
Pardon, is College of Lore?
Yep, it's the College of Lore.
I come from far away looking for information to help in my quest.
Oh, you've reached the right place. What are you looking for? What information?
Need information about pirates who
Pirates.
stole object from me.
Do you have the pirate's name?
No, I know ship name. Requital?
Okay, let me think.
while Bard makes history check.
I don't know the name of the ship, but we got some books on sea tales and such in there somewhere. Here, let me help you out. He gets up.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you later, Julie.
The blonde girl nods and kind of smiles and waves as she gets up to walk off. And this halfling will lead you in. Let's see here. He kind of goes through the lines of books, and it's not a quiet library. It is not a quiet studio. Like you stand a strict student would hate this place because all the noise that goes on, the songs, the echoing of the voices off the stone. Um, you have to be a special kind of mind to focus in this, but it's how the college seems to be going. It's pretty much sink or swim. You go through the noise, and you learn, or you don't.
Okay.
He'll lead you to about the third row in to the left, and he'll get a ladder as he starts pulling along. Let me see. I think it's on the upper part here, and the rest of the halfling starts to climb a ladder.
You said it was Requital? Pirate ship?
Yes, the Requital.
About how old's the ship? Is it been around a while? Is it new? Is it still alive? Is it still active?
I know that age, but still active. Recently attacked Vespa.
All right, let me see here.
Okay.
All right, that's a good one.
He pulls out this newer text. It's an actual book tome that it's freshly made and it's a Scourges of the Sea. Um, Scourge of the Sea, circa 1184, and it's currently a year 1185. So this is a year old, max.
Okay.
He kind of he starts to carry it down the steps, which is a little difficult because he's halfling. But
I'll try to bolster him since
okay,
I'm,
yeah.
you know.
This should do.
He hands you the large book, about as big as his torso.
Thank you for assistance. Your name?
My name's Kazem.
Gazelle.
Kazem.
Gazelle. I thank you for help. And I pull out a gold piece and flip it to him.
He'll catch it, and give a little nod of the head,
Thank you very much.
and he'll kind of whistle to himself as he walks along his way. It is large. Now you have this large tome. Um, if you're looking for a specific pirate, specific information on a ship, I'm going to need you to make an investigation check on this book to peruse through it. Okay. Okay. So, you eventually find going through the ship. There's a couple of ships here. There's one's called the White Pearl. Another one is known as Locker. A couple of ships here and there, and then you find the Requital. Reading into this, the ship is rumored to be captained by a very harsh group of people, a harsh pirate by the name of Malakad. Malakad's his name. A large majority of the ship's crew are Kalashtar, from which I understand. It's a particular race of people that look human, but not quite.
You said Kalashtar?
Kalashtar, yeah.
And does it say what the captain's name is?
That's Malakad, the captain.
Oh, I thought you said that was a group of people called the Malakad.
No. Kalashtar are the group of people. They're the race of people who primarily are on the ship.
Right. I got that, but I thought you said it was a group of people that they called themselves the Malakad. Okay.
No. The name of the captain is Malakad.
Got it.
The ship is known to be vicious, and they use magical abilities to just rob people, torture those that are unfortunate enough to go against them. Very brutal, very effective, and very slippery. In recent years, you can see that the ship has expanded to. There's a co-ship now. There's two ships. Though the second ship's name has not been discovered yet. They just know they've been attacking in pairs.
Kazim, before you leave,
He's
you,
already left at this point because you'd had to show
okay.
me the book.
Does it give any indication in the front of the book who might be the author, or who might have recently wrote this information in?
Yes, the author is on there. Let me see his name here. Where's he at? The author goes by a pen name of Iron Chest.
Are there people in this college who look like they are employed?
Yeah, researchers.
I'd like to find a researcher if I could.
Okay.
Carrying the book with me, obviously, I guess it looks a little smaller than it did with the halfling. Excuse, please.
This kind of grumpy-looking, shorter guy, balding head. You got these kind of slightly wide eyes, shorter, larger. He looks very similar to a grumpier Dane DeVito.
So,
What?
this book,
Could I offer you some information in this trying time?
Oh, are you memeing?
Yeah, it's the. Could I offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
Of course he is.
I'm actually. Is that from Always Sunny?
I don't know. It's a meme,
It
probably.
is. It is indeed from Always Sunny.
I've actually never seen This Always Sunny.
Oh, good
I
show.
need to. It's on my list. I just know he that one that was so I kept on blasting. How did that mean?
Yep.
Oh, continue. By the way,
where can I find Arthur?
looks at you.
I don't know. We get books from everywhere.
You know anyone who know any information about these pirate ships?
If you want to know information about pirate ships, your best shot's at the docks. The seafaring type, they know most about that.
Perhaps there is a record of where this book came from?
I'll check the front desk.
Appreciate it.
He'll walk towards the front desk.
I'll kind of slowly follow, not like step by step with him, but trailing him. Not like slyly, but just I want to step back, let him do his job, but kind of make sure he's able to find me when he returns around.
Right. He goes to the desk. He starts to look through a large book. Like this thing's about the size of, I'd say, height of a dwarf. He flips it open. It's on this pedestal. Makes a loud noise as he flips it open. So as you sit there waiting by the help desk, um, you seem to be taking a while, and
I got nothing. I have no idea where it came from. It says anonymous on the deposit. No clue. Maybe you can
ask some of the seafaring type people who've been on the ocean. Just other people who they know somebody with Iron Chest.
Here in college,
Anywhere, I don't know.
appreciate.
I'd say some of the information on there just seems kind of knowledgeable about the place. They might be more firsthand. So
I didn't understand what you said.
some of the information on that seems to be a bit more knowledgeable. There might be some firsthand accounts that either they talk to someone who was part of that crew, or they have intimate knowledge about this place.
Okay. So I'm going to spend an hour or two trying to talk to bards around to see if any of them have any information about pirates.
Not much more information than what you're getting from the book, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it sounds like I need to head to the docks.
Yeah, and dogs, but it's getting kind of late at this point in time.
Okay. Look, as I look outside, it looks like it's heading towards darkness.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will probably do that. Head back to the inn.
Okay. Head back to the inn, you said?
Yes. And when I do, I will go into, I guess, the common area. And will anybody be there?
You'll be the first one back, but it won't be too long until Og and Ace arrive after you. Og and Ace, you walk in and you see Crash sitting by a table.
Greetings, comrades.
Yo.
I have little information. Wait until group together?
Were we supposed to be looking for information? I was just looking around town. I found this fancy sword. Pull out the scimitar.
Very nice. Don't hit loot.
I wouldn't dream of it. Enjoy your music.
I have captain name. Frederick
Ooh.
Malakhad.
Definitely wait and see when everyone gets back.
Okay.
And I guess while I'm waiting for everyone to get back, I will attune to my fancy new sword.
Okay. Let's say you're tuned to when everyone's around. Okay.
Let me check what I have. I think I have some stuff, but I think this might be my last attunement slot.
+1 sword doesn't have attunement.
Hmm?
The sword doesn't have attunement.
It doesn't?
No,
Well,
+1 sword doesn't have attunement. I think the
Because I'm looking at the flame tongue in the item thing,
Yeah,
and
flame tongue
it says
should-
requires
Yeah.
attunement.
yeah, the flame tongue does, yes. The
He
boot,
doesn't have a +1 sword. He has a +1 axe.
+1
Yeah.
axe, yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
+1 axe doesn't.
Yeah.
Sorry. You have
Um,
+1 sword.
I have a ring of protection, which that requires
That one
attunement as
does, yes.
well. So it's 1, 2. The swimming ring you said didn't.
There's the boots, no.
The boots, no. Yeah, it might just be those two. I might have one more slot.
Okay. So next two people to arrive would be Bea and Heck. As you two walk in, you see Ace, Og, and Crash just sitting by a table.
Okay. Question:
Mhm.
Are there? Is there like anyone going around the room taking orders, or do we have to go up to the bar for that?
There's one person going around taking orders. Yeah, middle-aged lady.
Okay. Then we or just sit at the table with everyone else and flag them down.
So you sit. Um, as you're flagging someone down, not too long after you walk in, walks in a very tired-looking Alila.
Before she goes to the inn, she'll like to just take a quick bath.
Okay,
I
still tired.
don't I don't know if there is a bath like near the inn or something. I don't want anything like too
Yeah,
fancy.
there's some bathhouses. You'll be able to stop there.
Yeah. Just to get, because it's hot and I've been dealing with blood
Yeah.
and, other fluids all day.
Little known fact: Alila likes bathhouses so much because she lives next to an onsen.
Hmm.
More like a nonsense. Not nonsense.
I find it amusing that over the course of this campaign, Leia has bathed so many times, and yet in our other campaign, Torma has been like away from home for more than a year and probably canonically has not bathed once.
It's it honestly it checks out.
Alila just likes being naked.
Yeah, when it's fucking hot, yeah.
Alila, well, cleaned up, hair still a little damp, will walk in, still looking tired.
Yeah, she's very tired and
You see the group, you see the party sitting next to a table.
he's trying to pull up a chair and just slumps in it. Hmm. Uh, how's everyone?
Barnaby, the new sorry,
How's
the
everyone's
new
day?
zombie Barnaby is gonna start massaging Alila's shoulders.
A new
Might
zombie.
be difficult because I'm wearing my armor.
You see
Oh,
another zombie just
well,
dressed
we'll
in
try.
somewhat plain, dirty clothes, start to try and massage your neck in the crevices of the armor.
Ah, I see you've gotten your friend. All right. Well, looks at it, just nods. Um, how was everyone's day? I hope y'all found what you were looking for.
Not as productive as I'd hoped, but not a complete failure either.
I found information to help us find ship.
That's that. That's great.
What do you know of a race called Kalashtar?
Did I ever mention what his race is called to the party?
Uh, in private? I don't know if he's mentioned it by name.
I don't think he has.
I don't think so.
Pretty sure he hasn't.
Just described
So
what
I would
they
like to
are.
make a
But
check to see if I know from the name.
I can't decide this would be a history or an arcana check.
Probably history.
It's the same roll for both for me.
Yeah, let's go history.
I'm proficient in both.
No, it's animal handling. No, it's history.
that's racist.
Yep, there's my rules again.
They're humanoids and they have some sort of capabilities innately. To think something. They're smart, you know that generally. But you don't know too much about them, to be honest.
Okay, so not enough to make the connection between
No.
that and heck explaining them.
No, not enough, unfortunately. So, unfortunately, you don't know too much more than that. You can relay that to the group if you like.
I have personally never heard about the Kalashtar before.
They are a race that are unrequited.
She immediately looks over at Heck for any sign.
He's visibly fidgety.
Did I open a big old can of worms?
Maybe.
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little. Yeah.
Leave it to the half worm. Would I notice his fidgetiness?
Make an insight check. Yeah, I'd say you notice that. Visibly fidgety of 14 would I'd say notice.
Yeah.
Friend, what you know?
Well, I could have told you that the crew is mostly Kalashtar. The captain in particular is very much so.
Captain Malakhad?
Yes, that is his name.
You know of him?
I do.
You know of his assistant who stole my pan flute?
Assistant. His first mate?
Yes.
I might know who that is.
He is mine.
Um, I believe his name is Iron Chest.
Say Iron Chest.
Yes.
That is person who put information in book I find in college.
That doesn't surprise me.
He'd boast about his exploits.
That also doesn't surprise me.
He will not have ways to boast when I get my pamphlet.
You may want to be more cautious than you sound.
It is why I have new friends to help.
I'm not sure we will be enough.
I think we find a way.
I hope so.
Well, there's still the Vespa. I'm sure. Uh, if we need some help, they're probably. I'm sure we can probably convince them to help us. And from what I understand about these pirates, they've probably made some enemies. I'm sure we can probably find some people that are more than willing to get back at them at the very least.
Tomorrow I go to docks, find about information. Appreciate company.
As you were talking, the door to the inn slams open. I hear heavy footsteps enter it. Roughly 5 heavily armored guards, not the standard armor you see of the City Watch, not not the even the good armor of the highway patrol. Even better than the armor you saw before, Alila. This is like armor that's got some gold plate, got some gold embroidery onto it. These are people who are obviously very skilled and very wealthy, just the way they walk, their demeanor. They look across the room and they spot your table and they walk up to you. And one of them holds out a scroll to your table. You are the group that came from that wizard, Gratnesia, correct?
That is correct, yes.
The Shah demands your presence in his palace tomorrow.
Um, all right. And this did anything happen, or
That is for you to discuss with the Shah. He will see you there tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Crush's eyes are darting from person to person, wondering what he's got himself into.
And with that, that's where I call the session.
Oh boy.
Boo.
I guess it's date
So much
then.
for the docks.
Cliffhanger!
Yeah, we all die next session.
I
Well-
wanna, I wanna see what he's like. I'm very curious to meet the Shah because he sounds like an interesting character.
He is interesting. He got a lot of facets to him. He's fun.
Because I'm not convinced.
Boo.
How old did you say he was?
60
He was
years
like
old.
12 when he became. Oh, okay.
Yeah, 12 when he became, and he's been rolling for 48 years. 60 years old now.
Okay.
And from the pictures, he seems human.
He is human, yes.
pictures?
There's a couple of like busts and around buildings I described earlier, and he's on some minted coins, and there's some posters and stuff. There's a lot of propaganda in this town.
Got it. Sorry for the inactivity earlier, everybody, but the air conditioning picked 6:30 at a time to stop working. So I had to get the HVAC people out here. Luckily, they were very quick and for heating and air conditioning people anyway.
Everything's fixed, right?
It seemed like it's cooler to you now than it was. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I mean, it was at the point at which it was hitting 7:30, and the temperature inside the house had gotten up to 74 from 72. It was worrisome. So it wasn't bad. $83, so well worth it. But sorry about the absence while I took care of that.
That's fine. We did our things.
Yeah.
Made it work.
All right.
It
After
worked
all-
out.
Thank you. After all, a cool DM is a happy DM.
I mean,
What are you talking about? I'm always cool.
I'm talking about the fact that you might have put some
There
sort
it
of a
is.
battle up and started rolling crits because you were warm.
I wouldn't do that. I have a battle anyway, and the crits just happen.
Wait. Thank you all for watching episode 8. We'll see you all in the next one.